Hi, I'm Jale. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a general collective reading for the sign of Pisces for April 2020. So Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Stellium, Ascendant, wherever Pisces is in your chart. If you were drawn to the title, chances are this video is for you. I do have all of the other astrological signs up now on my channel. Please feel free to flick through. This is a general reading. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Let's dive in. Something about the sun and the moon, the hearts beating as one. This is definitely, I feel, around a love reading here that we're leading towards, but it's just like I see one half of the sun and one half of the moon. It's like the sun and the moon are merging into one. Now this could be several things, either that you're actually coming into self-actualization and that your masculine and feminine are very, very well balanced. It could be that your days are merging into one. It could be that this is something very significant for you. It's a sign that you're going to understand. There's also something here about the eclipses. Now, we had one in, I think, 26th of December, which was in Capricorn. And then I think we had another one in 24th of March, which would have been in Aries. This is going to be significant for you in some way. There's going to be something significant about those dates. So I think it was the 24th of March 2020 and the 26th of December 2019. There's something about those dates that are, it's like there's a third element of this coming into April with you guys. And this has just flipped out. The herons, this is the birthing of a new age, a new dawn. It's also family. Embarking on a new journey. It's like a new chapter. You're in the sort of midst of a brand new chapter here. Wow. And it's a fruitful one. This is the fish. This is very much abundance and prosperity here. Okay. I don't know why I want to say this, but someone's saying calm. Be calm. It's like you could be very deeply immersed into your emotions at the moment, and so you're feeling it out, which is great, because I feel that's going to be good in this time. But it could also be that you're very much in your emotions and that there needing to be a balance. It could be that you don't quite know what to do with this energy, and so you may be chasing your tail. It's like Spirit are kind of asking you to, it's like a pause, that they don't want you to kind of chase your tail at this time. This is kind of not the time to do that. They're just saying, if you are confused as to what to do you get on with what you want to do, and then it's like there's a reveal coming. Because don't forget, whenever there's an eclipse, there's always a reveal at the end. It's like there's a covering of parts. It's like if it's a solar eclipse, usually it's, you know, the sun, it's that kind of that personality, that ego that's being kind of shifted or covered. And if it's the moon, it's the emotions. So one or both, especially if you're going through this kind of energy at the moment, at some point is going to have a reveal of something that you hadn't yet been aware of. And it doesn't have to be bad, because I feel like there's a loaded energy here where it's like you guys are expecting something really terrible to happen. What I want to say to you is just be very careful how you're manifesting that, because it's great to be in that watery energy and that kind of very fluid energy, very feminine energy, which is that moon energy, but don't be swept up in it, especially around the full moon on the 6th, okay, which is in Libra. Don't watch the balance around that time. Watch your balance. And I'm hearing counterparts as well, and I've just pulled this just flipped out as well. Okay, so this also relates to, by you putting yourself in balance, this will help your other situations going on. Now if this is you, this is calling for you to have more balance, to sit in your more feminine elements. And if it's not you, then this is a counterpart that you're calling in. The time just isn't quite right yet. The time just isn't quite right. And I've just heard someone saying, when is it time? Something happened around February, and I don't know why I'm saying this, the 18th, and now I'm getting the 27th. and then I'm getting the number 22, whether that's the 18th, 22, 27, or someone's going to understand what that means. There was a shift, and I feel like maybe you at this time was like, yeah, this is about to happen, then it didn't. It's like someone put the pause button then, and now we're at this stage, and it's like you're questioning this again. When you need to remove the concept of time in your vocabulary. I know that sounds really easy said than done, but at the moment there's no such concept of that, because we're essentially all just sat in homes, essentially either self sort of isolating or in quarantine. So, you know, it's like the time element is being thrown to one side. So for you to sit and ask when, I'll be honest with you, the mindfulness is going to need to be practiced, because this fluid energy here, it's asking you to immerse in that for the timing, not just when it suits. They're also saying you must ask for help. Someone has got a very good ability of asking angels to come and help them, and they're not. Yeah, look. Again, this is your counterpart or you. Take it as it resonates. Can you see? You're both. This is how the cards were pulled out. You're both staring at this clock, and the clock isn't moving. The clock's not going anywhere, and the fish are just keep continuing to swim round. Move that to one side, because if it's like anything, if you stare at something long enough, it's gonna the concept of time is gonna be hard on you. Practice mindfulness. Look into mindfulness. Don't rely on this finishing quickly, because it won't. This will happen. There's a mirror imaging going on here. You're both doing the same thing. You're coming into alignment, but the fact that you're just both staring at a clock is, I don't think that's gonna. Easier said than done, I know, but I wouldn't be. I mean, look, I'll be really honest with you. I'm swamped at the moment. Like, if I had to sit and look at a clock, I'd be like, I've got so much to do. Why? There is something in amongst the situation that you can utilise that maybe you're not seeing yet, but you will, because it's like they want you to notice something. You have to make a choice. You've got to make a choice here. It's like you're about to transition into this new upgrade, but I feel like the old outdated ways of doing things have to be amended here, because they're just saying it's not time. And let's be realistic. If you, let's say for example, you were to have this now, are you ready? Is yourself now ready? Or is the you at the later time that has learned something, has evolved, is that person ready? Yes. So there's a reason for this. It's not, they're not trying to drive you mad or annoy you. There's a reason for all of this. The celebration will come. Don't doubt it, because then you're just going to, you have to keep focused, but not to the extent where you're just looking at it like this, waiting, because that's not going to help. This is coming. Yeah. Someone doesn't want to give something up. I'm just hearing, I don't know how to have it all. And then someone else has just said, but you're looking at the wrong thing to have all of, if that makes any sense. It's like someone's trying to have everything, and it's like there's something crumbling, and they're trying to pick it up, but it's like very just like you're missing. Someone keeps missing the point. Either you or this counterpart. This is a spiritual awakening. Someone's undergoing a spiritual awakening, and they're either doubting it or they're just dismissing it, or again, it's a conventional energy. Someone's in this very conventional energy that doesn't. It's not complete. It's the journey has not been completed. The journey is not complete. Something has to happen first before this to complete itself. And yes, it's awakening, but someone's not looking at something realistically. Look, we've got the rose. It's like, wake up and smell the roses here. Make your decision for you. Don't rely on what the other person is doing, because it's like you're going to miss another opportunity. You're going to miss something. While this is going on, you're going to miss something. It's like you've resigned to succumbing into this energy that you're kind of sitting in. I don't know whose energy this is, and I apologise if you can't relate to this, but it's like someone's very hard on themselves at the moment, where they're just kind of resigned to the fact that this is going to be it forever, and it's not. But you're not seeing what this is really all about, because you're so hell-bent on, like, if I stared at this beauty blender, yeah, I found my beauty blender, by the way, for 20 hours a day, then I'm going to miss other things. And this lockdown is a distraction. It's not, you're missing the point of this. Someone's missing the point of what's going on, because you're so focused on one area that everything else that's going on around you that they're trying to help you with and maneuver you around is being missed. And they're just saying, a lost opportunity. This is going to be, you may think of this and go, oh, you know, I know what that is. I feel like I've really lost this. No, there's still an opportunity. This is not you know, to say, yes, actually you've lost all hope and therefore just give up. No, it's to say the next part, the next phase, just be aware that by focusing so hell-bent on one thing, what else are you not seeing? What else are you not seeing? Yeah, look, the Tower. Let it go. Let it go. If it's going to be under control, then it's going to be under control. If it's not going to be under control, then what can you do? I'm telling you, I'll be honest with you, I had, this is going to sound awful now, but I'm going to be real. I had a near-death experience, and I had to make a decision to either just hold on and be like, you know, like sort of ridiculous, or just go, okay, it's up to you guys. You're in charge. And I let go. I surrendered, and I'm here. That was my lesson. And don't get me wrong, that's a freaking brutal lesson, but they did it 3 other times before that. They were trying to get it right, because everything we have worked through is preparing us to these certain things, and sometimes we get it and sometimes we don't. Sometimes we need a bit of help to sort of decipher it. Don't look back and go, oh, it's really annoying, I kind of focus so much on this, because it's like, and I can feel it around your heart chakra, it's like this loss. It's like you feel like everything that you're not having at the moment is totally finished and gone. It's not. It's just past the corner that you're not quite seeing, because obviously either there's a concern, there's a worry, there's a fear. Trust the universe. You have to put trust somewhere. And this is one of those times where you're going to have to, now you're Pisces, you guys are pros. You guys are pros at like understanding things, right? But at the same time, it really hits you, this kind of energy can really hit you, and you feel like you need something to help you. You need you. You don't need anything else. You need you. This is your lesson to understand that you only need you and upstairs, essentially. Everything else is a bonus. Book in the reverse. Something that you're not quite understanding. You can't quite understand what all this is for and about, and it's like sometimes just surrender into that kind of watery energy is the best thing to do. To try and logically rationalize everything is sometimes a bit counterproductive. We've got the star on the bottom of the deck. There's hope and there's healing coming, and there's an understanding coming as well, because don't forget, you guys, you'll immerse yourself into everything, won't you? You guys are just kind of immersed into that watery energy to really tangibly work out the depth of what's going on. If you're not dipping into that, how can you understand? They're saying take the relevant steps. If you feel drawn to a certain thing, don't hold off. Now is the time. We've got the female again. What is the female card for, please? Show me this. Focus on the self. Focus on the self. It's like you're. Can you see? This is can't remember what this card is. One sec. So with this being the Garden card, it can request fresh air. It can talk about networks, friends group, being sort of networking. Maybe you're missing certain friends. Maybe there's a need where you're just kind of cooped up and you can't get into your garden, and that's really affecting you. This is just showing here, because this is about public as well. It's like you're wishing for something to appear. Now, because she's holding the flowers and we've had the flowers there, it could well be that you are like, this period is blocking me from moving forward in my life, and therefore I'm not seeing it. I don't want to have a look and understand the benefit of it. It's a test. This look, I get it. You're probably sat there thinking, oh, how can it be a test? People are, you know, hurt and ill and stuff like that. It's still a test. This is all a test. It's you know, if you're sat going, when is my life going to go on, you know, start again? It's already here. Your life is here. You just have to make the best of it. Coming from someone that's been locked up in a house in Big Brother in 2014 with no internet, with no food, with no coffee, with literally barely any alcohol, and even then it was limited. Everything was limited. We couldn't go out at all. I get it. If you haven't been in that situation, then yeah, I get it. This is not great, but it could be so much. Trust me, there's always blessings in everything, in my opinion, right? We've got the tree here. It's like you can't quite understand what all this is about, and it's like you wish as well. It's like someone's regretting what they did up until this point. It's like they can't understand what's going to happen. They don't know what's going to happen. There's an if and a what's going to happen after this point, and Spirit is saying let it go and just focus on you, because the more you're focused on this element here, it could even be about children. There could be a concern that, you know, this is like you need to have kids, and so this is blocking you and all this other stuff. That is probably going to make time go. So I'm going to just be real. It's probably going to make time go slower for you if you do this. Now, this is not going to be for everyone. For those who are focused solely on the timing of all this, it's not going to help. Pisces, please, for the month of April 2020. Pisces. What is happening for Pisces, month of April 2020, please? What can you tell us? We've got the Devil on the bottom of the deck. Watch what kind of things you're putting in your body. This is also very important. There's a balance that's needed here. Yeah. Look, we've got the Six of Pentacles. This is a balance, a give and take, all right? What were you doing up until this point where maybe you weren't making better use of your time, which is why now there's so much of this reflective time review that you're going through. But also we've got the Queen of Cups and Death. Something you feel is totally ended. It could be that you feel brokenhearted. It could be that you feel like everything is paused, everything is on hold. But really, everything is being balanced out. It's just maybe you're not seeing it yet. Yeah, look, another. So it's under review. Things don't mean to say just because they're just on pause to say no. It just means this is under review at the moment. Justice has just flown out in the reverse. Something has to karmically change. That's why, again, this is happening. It's like something has to karmically be reviewed or looked at, because at the moment, look, can you see there's a lot of dualistic energy here? You've got the Six of Pentacles, which is give and take. We've got the Two of Wands, which is, you know, obviously an action that is of an indecisive nature. And then Justice in the reverse. It's like, while this is happening to you, because don't forget, at the moment, Pisces, this is like in the 12th house for you. So this is like karma. So this is, it could be triggering something karmically in you. So look out for triggers at the moment, because it's going to possibly show you timelines and past lives where maybe this has brought something up for you. Because this is also the house of hidden enemies as well. There's something very karmic around this, and time. Because justice always is balanced out at the right time. So if this is in the reverse, what are you contributing to this energy? Bottom of the deck, Two of Swords. Someone's not witnessing and observing something. You're not. It's like you're refusing to understand. You don't want to see. You don't want to know. Denial. It's like, you know, don't want to know. Now, obviously, we do have Neptune currently in Pisces at the moment, and we've also got Mercury. I think at some stage Mars will be coming into Pisces as well, which is going to really kind of slow everything down. We've also got, this is also coming up where we're about to hit a retrograde at the end of May. So this is also going to pause everything up until sort of April, May. We're going to sort of be moving forward, and then May, end of May, that's it. Middle of May, it's going to be paused. So I would be transitioning into a fluid type of energy now, right? Because otherwise it's like, what, again, if you're not quite handling this now, what are you going to do mid-May, then when everything is going to slow down even further? I'm just going to give you a heads up that you've got Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter all going into retrograde at the middle of May, and then you've got a couple of months until it's literally like essentially February next year. I'm going to just be real with you, when these planets have all transitioned through into Aquarius and there's no longer that Capricorn energy. This is about to get a whole lot more slower. So Spirit is kind of giving you a heads up here that you may want to kind of get your head in the game. It's like, this is whenever you're dealing with this kind of thing, you have to get your head in the game. You have to mentally prepare. And I'm talking mindfulness and taking a second at a time. Don't sort of put pressure on yourself to speed up or do anything. If this is for you, it will be for you still at the end of this period in time. It doesn't matter if the universe is putting pause on this. There's a good reason for it, right? You're going to find the truth in this time. Ace of Swords. You're going to view that whatever this is, this situation that you're currently worrying about and observing and just focusing on, during this time you are going to finally get truth, because you probably haven't had that, which is why you're focusing solely on that. You at some point your truth is going to come. It's up to you to accept the surrender within the situation. If you don't, then I'll be honest with you, are you ready for the truth when it comes? Is this why? Maybe you instinctively already know that you're not ready for it. And Spirit are just saying they are ready for it. This is just a lot of karmic fears that you're working through. What has actually now flipped out is the Nine of Cups and the Empress that came out with the Ace of Swords. Someone is very sure of what they're manifesting. They're very sure of what they want. At the end of all this, there is a positive outcome. We've got Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, and Empress, which is the divine feminine. Abundance. This is ultimate abundance and happiness. But it's like you're in the early preparation stages of this, and don't talk yourself out of it. You know, work with Spirit, not against them. Look, Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is in motion here. Are you working with the universe, or are you against it? Because it feels at the moment, up until this kind of Ace of Swords comes in, you're a little bit hesitant to kind of understand what is going on. Which I get. You know, obviously this is not, you know, it's not, obviously I've done Big Brother, so this kind of thing is, my head, you know, it's like, I have food, I have internet. My guides are just, I wouldn't rely on the internet either. And don't rely on the internet, and don't, put it this way, make provisions, buy candles, get batteries for your torch, put some warm things ready at the end of your bed, so if power goes out, you've got it. Now, I'm not saying, they seem to think it will. It's going to be different everywhere, right? Because I can't possibly comment on absolutely every location. There may be some areas that will have that around April. This also could be the case around the internet. So if you feel like you're very reliant on the internet, start researching a list of books now, or things that you want to learn about, and start trying to source them, you know. And if you don't have a library that you can go to, because obviously it's not a necessity at the moment, is it? It could be that maybe you find second-hand books online that you can order in, or there's also a book swap site that you can go to. But I would be, if you're that concerned about this, then I would be doing that kind of thing. And also maybe buying things like, if you want to learn a language or learn a musical instrument, that's the kind of thing you could be involved with at this moment in time. You know, it's up to you. We've got the devil here. Someone's reliant on, you know, trying to, again, sinking themselves into like this false reality, because it's like a crutch, you know, to rely on that. It's like it draws you away from the what's actually going on. It gives a false sense of reality, because it's like it makes you feel like you've got some kind of support or solid ground, but Spirit is saying you have that, but you just have to find it within yourself, because this is the thing. It's like these are the kind of things that you can purge at the moment. It's giving you an opportunity to purge. Like if you're not eating well or healthily, then I'd be looking at that. If you're very focused on alcohol, then I would be certainly removing that. Gambling, drugs, or anything of that nature, I would be moving away from that, because I feel like it's just giving you a false narrative, really, of it's just, I don't think it's supporting you realistically. Ace of Pentacles, there's a reinvestment somewhere here. It's like you're going to be shifting where you're putting your investment, your time, your energy, your efforts, and your goals. It's like there's something around goals as well. It's like you've been drawn into a distraction, and now you're about to understand what everything is all been leading up to as well. It's like there's an investment of your time and energy and effort. Yeah, Seven of Swords, the truth, the reality of the situation. It's like you're finally facing that. There's something that you're facing yourself. This is what it's leading you towards. You've got the Four of Swords in the reverse. Someone didn't reconnect with themselves. Someone didn't meditate on a certain situation, and they avoided it. They didn't want to see it. They didn't want to see it. And there's a mirror coming. It's like, but you've got healing. You've got hope as well. Look, this is the Star. This is just an offering of hope. Again, between now and next Aquarius season, you're going to have really understood so much more of this. And it doesn't have to be as bad as what you think. It doesn't have to be like, this is going to happen, so now, you know, we are limited and we're blocked. And watch your trail of thought, because it's, again, Nine of Swords on the bottom of the deck. It's like, don't be feeding into fear at this moment in time. It's not going to help. Queen of Swords, this is a very detached energy. Someone is holding on. It's like, because I can feel my heart chakra is really getting blocked up here as well. Someone wants to hold on to something here. And it's like they're avoiding their emotions. They're avoiding understanding and feeling what this is really all about. And actually, the Queen of Swords is avoiding it. So this is not the best way of dealing with it. We can't just keep avoiding our emotions, because at some point it's going to come up. We have to immerse into this. Three of Cups. Someone's in denial here. This could also be about someone that's going out drinking a lot. Even with the situation, maybe someone's just ignoring the rules and going out drinking because it's helping you, or what you think is helping you. It could be that maybe there's a third party situation going on at the moment as well. That you are not, this is why you're kind of putting your energy into these things, because it's like it's hard for you to process. Maybe you haven't worked out what to do about it all. Someone's paused. Knight of Swords in the reverse. Someone's trying to, again, this whole situation is a little bit on hold. It's like, and so that situation is on hold. So now you're putting yourself on hold. Don't be stagnant. Don't be. This is not the best way. I really wouldn't recommend putting your life on hold. I really wouldn't recommend that. Now, this is the thing. It could be as well that if we need to heal things, it looks like we're stagnant, but actually what it is it's making us heal. And don't forget, if you've got people going, oh, just move on with your life and do this. Well, that's lovely, but have you done the healing? Because sometimes they do pause that to make us stop and heal before we move forward. Because we've got the Chariot in reverse. It's like there is no coincidence that this is being put on pause, because I feel like you need to recenter yourself. You need to recontact yourself. And then while you're doing that, your person or whatever this situation is that you feel is totally out of your grasp at the moment, that will also recalibrate itself. And then it's like you can come back to kind of understanding where this is going. But until you touch base with you and feel this and work through it, it's like it's going to be out of reach. You're going to feel like this is out of reach and like that you're not in control of this, which is not easy. Page of Wands. This is enthusiasm. This is just kind of like a message that a new venture. This is a new venture. So it could be that while this is going on, you reinvest in something new. And I'm hearing it's about time. So it could be something that you've put off because of this situation, and that you really wanted to put your energy and sink your energy into, and now at the moment this is now giving you an opportunity to do it, because maybe you've done a bit of healing and now you're ready to kind of look at other areas, or you know, you're doing a bit of both. But they're saying take the leap of faith. This is the Fool energy. It's almost like your spring hasn't quite started, and you're holding on to like winter 2019, and it's like they're just saying she's a bit, he or she's a bit slow out the gates. And it's like, that's fine, as long as you're doing the healing and then sort of start, that's fine. But don't sort of sit around, and if you want to sit and kind of understand all this, then great, but don't spend too long doing that. And if you know, if you're productive with it, then great. But start, you know, also balance your time with what you want to move forward doing as well. We've got the Hermit in reverse. All right, so the Hermit upright is going within and finding that inner light. But in the reverse, it's almost like you're going within, but you're not really finding your own inner light. It's like you're avoiding everything. There's an avoidance with everything here going on. Trust me, I get it. When my progressed moon went through Pisces, I had the shock of my life, because I was just kind of like, wow, my moon's in the 12th house anyway. So I relate to you guys, especially around emotional side of things. But as someone who is an expert at avoiding emotions, try it out, because if this is not working for you, there's another way, and try that out. And if that doesn't work for you, just keep going until something works for you. But this energy, if this is resonate with you, this energy is not working, because it's like you think, because we're in quarantine, that everything should be put on hold, but that doesn't work like that. Go within. Be the Hermit, go within, seek the inner light. I get it, you're going within and you're probably just feeling like there's darkness everywhere. There isn't. This is time, the time is now for you to find your own inner guiding light. And if you can't find the light, you have to be the light. That's how it works, mate. And I'll be honest with you, this is how I did it. Because I got to a point where I was just like, I don't know if I feel inspired by anything here at the moment. Like, I just have to kind of try and inspire myself here. And you can do that, you know, that can happen, but it's about touching that and feeling it and understanding it first. You know, it's about kind of allowing that kind of energy to permeate through you, rather than just sort of go, oh no, that just feels a bit weird, let's just move on. You have to feel it to heal it. And I know sometimes people go, you have to observe it. There's definitely a worthwhile kind of strategy of I'll be really honest with you, it depends on the wound, and it depends on where you're at, because observing it is not always useful. It doesn't, I'll be honest with you, observing it can give you a different approach and understanding of it, but sometimes when you actually really need to heal it, you need to go into it. You know, it's like, I feel like sometimes observing it is a bit of a cop-out. It's just kind of like, then what? Okay, you've understood it, but you're not feeling anything, so what about the next part, the feeling part? Because you've got to feel it and understand, walk through it. You don't walk around it and go, that's lovely, and walk on. You have to walk right through it. There's movement here. There's movement here coming in. Again, you've gone from the Page of Wands to the Knight of Wands. Something isn't quite closing out there. The Ten of Swords in reverse. And then you've got the Six of Swords as well. So it's like there's a very deliberate effort here going on. Knight of Wands. It's a passionate new beginning. But there's something you're still not closing out. It's like you're working in tandem with it. You're trying to just move forward, because you don't want something to end. You don't want this ending. And it's like, the ending's here. Can you see, look, the world has flipped over in this deck. So the end is here, but look, can you see even the deck's hiding it? Because it flipped, and then I saw it, went to go and grab it, and now look, it's hiding. You are avoiding an ending that is going to help. The world is the end of a cycle. when you finally get the end, this is going to allow you to transition into something brand new. It doesn't have to be scary. And, you know, it's navigating through sort of into smoother waters, calmer waters. It doesn't have to be like, let's just pretend all of that didn't happen. You have to kind of, and I get it, not all of these things are good. Sometimes it is, I'll be honest with you, like I said, my progressed moon when it went into Pisces, because my moon's in Scorpio. That's a heck of a lot of emotion to try and work through. But the fact is if you're not working through it, then it's just not, it's going to block you. We need you guys, like, you know, we need the light workers here, but we need everyone in sort of having healed that and in the light, you know. But once the healing's taken place, once that kind of transition's taken place, because if you're coming from a different perspective and you're doing your light work, that's very difficult. It's a very difficult way of working, you know, and I get it. Sometimes you have to work in one area and then sort of take a little step at a time and sort of balance everything out. But best to do the work now while we've got a pause and everything, because again, it come middle of May, if this hasn't been looked at, then you may have to go over it again. This is just flipped out like this, the Emperor, and underneath it is the King of Swords. Someone doesn't want to make a decision, and actually this is for their betterment. So someone, if this is a male, it doesn't have to be male, could be an air sign, could also be an Aries. If someone doesn't want, so Aquarius, Gemini or Libra or Aries, if someone is trying not to make a decision, and this is actually your counterpart, maybe you're a cross watcher and you're watching for this person, the decision is coming. This is inevitable here, because it's like they're purging their King of Swords into and transitioning into the Emperor, which is like the decision is being made, they're shedding their old skin, and then they're transitioning into that kind of, you know, that divine masculine energy, because it was needed. But it's like the end, they don't want to have the end. They think it's like, you know, something that is a lot. Again, 10 of Cups in the reverse. Maybe they know a karmic situation is over and they're trying to hold off because they know that this is not fulfilling them, but they know that it's going to cause issues or it's going to cause upset. This is on its way. Yeah. The Queen of Cups we've had out earlier. We had the Queen of Swords. Now we've got the Queen of Wands. And we've had the Empress out as well. Again, this could also be a third party situation that someone is aware that it's about to, they're going to have to, that's it. They don't want to be around their karmic person. They want to close that out. They want to come towards you. 6 of Wands, public recognition. This is someone that wants an acknowledgement of the love. It's like they are no longer wanting to stay in a karmic situation because it doesn't serve them anymore. Look, 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles. They know that this is not going to serve them, that the emotional fulfillment isn't there. This could be a marriage. This could be someone that, you know, had a long-term stable commitment, or it could have been someone that was very conventional, where you thought they'd never leave this person. It's coming. The karmic is, I think they're kind of seeing this person for who they are. They want to make an offer to you as well. This is the Page of Pentacles here. They want to put an offer in. Let's see what else. Pisces. Yeah, look. This is coming around in your favour, but this is for April now. So while this is manifesting, because the Magician we've just pulled out, make sure you are not pretending that, you know, you're putting your life on hold. Don't put your life on hold while this is going on. I wouldn't be doing that, because we want the energy to flow, because it's going to help manifest. So let's pull some outcome cards here for you guys for the month of April. Let's see, what cards am I going to go with here? Let's go with the Energy Oracle cards. Okay, so let's see. April for Pisces, what is the outcome? Pisces, please, April 2020, what is the outcome? Pisces, what is the outcome for Pisces, please? What is happening in April with Pisces outcome? Right, so this is the third chakra, Archangel Samuel. So this is the solar plexus, right? This is about willpower and confidence. Forge ahead. It's like you may feel very lethargic, maybe you can't move, maybe there's like a lot of, you feel a bit drained, like someone's draining you. You need to, again, look, yin and yang, this is about balance, all right? So if you're not resting, rest. If you are not doing anything, then do something. Just switch this up a little bit. There's a lot of indecision as well. It's like your energy is getting drained with this indecision, and there's a karmic contract in amongst all this that's going on. The scales of justice are here. So again, this is the second time, because someone's karma. Do you remember when we had the justice card in reverse? It's like someone's not sticking to their soul contract. Their soul contract's almost like being wafted in front of someone's face, and it's like, yeah, look, goddess of the moon. Again, another kind of watery energy of this emotional side of things. What emotional things are you not adhering to? Are you reliant on drugs? That's got to be changed. You're going to have to look at this, because this goddess of the moon is about being in touch with the intuition and again, it's that raw emotion, isn't it? It's that heightened emotion. If you are not into that and you're pretending this isn't happening, you are possibly avoiding what you need to see. All right, because when you do, and if you already are, this is the door to personal healing and happiness. This is your abundance afterwards, and as you can see, there's a rainbow through that door. This is about a heightened intuition. This is about ascending. This is transitioning into 5D, which is what's currently going on at the moment. We're all transitioning. But this is for you. This is like your next step, your next stage, your next chapter. But it's whether or not you want to acknowledge certain things or not, and how easy you want to make it. Because the change is coming. It's just whether or not you want to open yourself up to these things and sort of work with it, or if you're trying to flow against it. Don't forget the yin and the yang. This is about balance, the masculine and the feminine, equal measure. From that three-dimensional dualistic energy transitioning into the fourth dimension and the fifth dimension, entire balance and peace of mind. Okay guys, so this is your reading for Pisces for April 2020. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, all your likes, shares and subscriptions, thank you, it means so much to me. Massive thanks. I do go live at the moment around sort of 6 p.m, 8 p.m, roughly Greenwich Mean Time on this YouTube channel. We do alternate, or we're going to start alternating on Instagram, possibly Facebook as well. All my social media links are in the description box if you want to join us. Brilliant. They tend to be sort of love based or general, but they're all general. It's not going to be one-on-one individual readings. It's all very general. So yeah, and if I don't see you there, have a wonderful month. Take care of yourselves, look after each other. Until next time, bye.